beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a new ColourPop palette. This is an ULTA exclusive palette. It's called X's and O's. This palette is currently available. It's only at Ulta Beauty right now. I don't know if they're gonna put this on the ColourPop website or not. Sometimes their Ulta exclusive things do make their way over to the ColourPop site, and sometimes they don't. I don't have any inside information on this at all. I purchased this palette myself from Ulta. This one is priced at 16 US. I bought 2 of them. Since this is Ulta exclusive, I decided to buy an extra one and do a giveaway with it. That way, those of you who don't have access to Ulta can have a chance to enter to win. So make sure that you check down in the description box for the details on how to enter that giveaway. And I actually have a lot to say about this palette. Let's just start with the packaging. I love this packaging. I think this is super beautiful. This is their typical layout for the 12 pan palettes. It has the heavy duty cardboard with a little magnetic closure. There is no mirror inside here, but this palette feels a little bit different to me. It has sort of that soft touch feeling to it. I love the artwork on here. These roses are just beautiful. I like this really edgy text paired with the more feminine, like pretty girly rose motif. This is really cool. I like the packaging overall. The shade names are pictured on the back and they are also printed inside next to the pans. When we take a look at the shades in here, there are 5 true metallic shimmer shades, 6 true mattes, and then 1 matte with glitter, the dreaded matte with glitter. This one actually isn't that bad, but at least it's not a pressed glitter, right? The main thing to note here is most of these shades are not new shades. 20 something, this metallic gold, these 2 mattes, Stay Golden and Issues, as well as the matte with glitter, Sidetracked. These all currently exist as singles in the regular ColourPop line. And then 3 of these shades are from the Good Sport palette. That was the fall collection palette from last year, one of my favorite ColourPop palettes. So the shade Rookie, Hooky, and Reckless, those 3 are from the Good Sport palette. So that leaves us with only a couple of truly original new shades in here. This first icy pale pink metallic called Know Better, a red metallic called Easy Go, this matte medium like almost pinky brown called Fortunate, just a regular matte dark brown called Realness, and then this shimmery sort of rose metallic shade called Smitten. Those are the only new shades in here. I am gonna do a whole lot of palette comparisons. I actually went on my Instagram. I posted a swatch photo of this X's and O's palette over on Makeup.Just.For.Fun Instagram, and I asked people which palettes they wanted to see this one compared to. So I do have a whole lot of palette comparisons here. First, I just want to show you my regular swatches of the X's and O's palette. I will be doing both finger and brush swatches just like I normally do on the inside of my arm with no primer down first. The finger swatches will be on top and then each brush swatch will be below. For the brush swatches, I use my e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush and I clean the brush off in between each shade using my Veramona color switch to prevent any shade transfer between swatches. Let's take a look at the X's and O's palette swatched first and then we'll go into some comparisons. Here's a close-up of the swatches. Just a reminder that the finger swatches are on top and then the brush swatches are below. I do think these are showing up a little bit more orangey on camera. In person they are more brown, a bit more red. I think just this ring light is making them look a little bit more orange than they truly are. But look at those brush swatches though. All right, now that you've seen the finger and brush swatches, let's go ahead and take a look at 5 different ColourPop palettes compared to this X's and O's palette. These are the 5 that were most requested when I asked on my Instagram, and I do think these are pretty decent palettes worth comparing. The first one and the one I've seen the most requested just across all kinds of Instagram posts is this Femme Rosa She palette. Now I can see why particularly this packaging draws a lot of comparison. But when you look at the swatches side by side, these really aren't super similar. There's only 4 mattes in the She palette, so there are a lot more shimmers. I also found overall the shades in the She palette to be lighter, more of like a pink and purple vibe. Definitely a couple shades that are similar in here, but this is not the most similar palette that I'm going to compare in this video. The next 2 palettes that I'm going to compare I think are the most similar. First we have Give It To Me Straight. From the swatches that I've done, I do think that this is the most similar of the comparisons I'm going to show you today. Give It To Me Straight is a little bit lighter and leans a little bit more neutral. So yes, I'm not going to deny these are both neutral palettes at the end of the day. I do think X's and O's has a little bit more color with those red shades, and Give It To Me Straight just tends to be a bit more of a true neutral. Next up is You Had Me At Hello. These are pretty close. I think you could get some similar looks. I don't think they're dupes by any means. The main thing is You Had Me At Hello leans a little bit more towards the purple shades, where X's and O's leans a little bit more red, but at the end of the day, these are super similar. I do think you could do a lot of really similar looks with both of these palettes. Someone did request that I compare the X's and O's palette to the Main Squeeze palette. I really just think those reds in there, anything red is now going to draw a comparison to Main Squeeze, which is fine. I do think there are probably maybe 2 similar shades in here. Overall, a very different feeling. Main Squeeze is certainly a lot more of that melon red, that bright kind of orangey red vibe, and X's and O's is a lot more autumnal, more of a deep wine burgundy kind of red vibe. These aren't really that similar, but if you were curious, here it is. I'm sure somebody wants to know. The last comparison is with the Fortune palette. Again, definitely some similar shades in here. You can pick and choose, and really, I did find that I was able to match up quite a few of these shades pretty closely. Not perfect dupes, but if you're just in it for the colors and you have the palette, you probably could make some pretty darn similar looks to this X's and O's palette. And the same thing is true for pretty much any of the warm neutral palettes. If you're just in it for the shades, you know, you're gonna get a lot of the same vibe even if the shades aren't direct dupes. So here's my last comparison. All right, now that you've seen all the swatches, all the comparisons, I'm gonna show you a quick eye look using this X's and O's palette. I really tried to focus in on the shades that are exclusive to this palette in the tutorial. So let's take a look at that, and then I will wrap up all my thoughts at the end. Starting off first with a little primer. This is my favorite eye base. It's the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. Then I'm going to set that eye base using this matte shade called Issues, just really lightly dusting that across my whole lid area. Then I'm going to start building up my crease color. I do want to go for quite a smoky look, so I am going to be layering a lot of transition shade in there. First, starting with Fortunate, just really working that all along the crease area. Then I'm going to go back with Sidetracked on the exact same brush and just really blend that out. I am toning down that redness just a little bit with Sidetracked. Now I'm going to build up some depth, some smoky drama on that outer corner. So using a small fluffy brush, I'm starting to build up and blend out realness. And then I just went back for a little blending with no product. Next, I'm going to take Fortunate on a small flat detail brush and put that along my lower lash line. Then for my lid color, I'm going to start by applying Smitten just with my finger, filling in that blank space. And you know this is my favorite part, the inner corner highlight. I'm using No Better on my pinky finger and just brushing that up onto the lid. I did want to go a little bit more red, so I layered on Easy Go right on top of Smitten. Then I went back in with Realness to just increase that dark color on the outer part. blended it out a little bit more, and then I curled my lashes and added my favorite CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara to finish off my eye look. I really like how this turned out. It's sultry, it's a little bit smoky, but it has that pop of color. It's just fun and feminine, but it's not too crazy out there. It's really just everything I want out of an eye look. I really loved using this palette. So, what do I think of this palette? Well, I like it. I like it. I think it's really cute. I love this color scheme. I can already hear all the reasons why people aren't gonna like this palette, and that is fine. That is totally valid. But I still like it because I like it. First of all, I already said I love the packaging. I just think this is really pretty. It's really cool. I love the feminine and edgy vibe. I love the color scheme. I just really like this packaging overall. The fact that it is exclusive to Ulta, I know that that just sucks when you want something and it's not available to you. I hear ya. You know, enter my giveaway. I'm sorry. Another reason I think people probably won't like this palette, there's a lot of repeat shades. Every single shade in here that is not new, I own, and I still like this palette. I really like seeing shades together in a new format, a new combination. I do see this palette being very useful, and all the shades that are in here that are repeats are singles that I liked or from a palette that I really liked. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. I can see that being a deterrent for a lot of people, and I do think that is totally reasonable. I am very unreasonable when it comes to my ColourPop palettes, and I accept that about myself. It is pretty similar to other palettes. There's not a lot of new color schemes that anyone can do at this point. And, you know, that's fine. Yes, we do get kind of over the whole neutral palettes all the time thing. I'm somebody that loves neutral palettes. I love warm neutrals. I love bright, like metallic golds and reds. So this is really the kind of colors that I gravitate towards and I like. So I don't mind that it's similar to other palettes that I have that I also like. Again, totally a valid criticism. It's just not really deterring me from liking this. Despite all the reasons not to like this palette, I do still really like it. I love the color scheme, I love the packaging, I like the shades, I like my eye look. I'm gonna quit rambling now, I'm sorry. Now's the time when I wanna hear what you guys think about this palette. Is it on your list? Are you even able to have access to an Ulta? I always love to hear what you guys think about things too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Can we just take a moment? The commitment to matching nails and shirt. Oh yeah, I'm really into this color. When we take it, I'm fine. I'm cool, I'm good. Okay, huh? I like it anyway. What do you expect when you literally never brush your hair? It's fine, don't come for me, okay? I'm an adult. ColourPop? I apologize for who I am as a person. That was a joke. I'm actually a pretty okay person. Wow, this one really got away from me. Anyway, whoa. Okay, Rambles McGee. Like, what is this video even? It's fine. Okay, every time I have my hair down in a video, I instantly regret it because it just drives me crazy the whole time. And then all I can think about is just pulling it back at the end. Okay, okay. Bye-bye now, bye-bye. Bye.